Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to just jump right into it today. We're in a bear market, right? And if you didn't recognize or didn't want to believe, we've been there. And I've been saying since I think it was around November that I was expecting a relief rally, but if we did not get one by the third week of February, I was going to make some changes. Right? I was going to de-risk, I was going to move around my portfolio, pretty much move myself from short-term focus for alt season when all crypto goes haywire to more of long-term, let's get a little safer plays in there, let's build a portfolio, get ready for when there's the next narrative push, next alt season, next bull run, next fill in the blank of whatever's bullish to you for the price action and the crypto you're buying your investment style. So that's exactly what I did. We're in the third week of February. I made these changes, and today I want to go over what they were, but more so because you guys do not own the exact same coins I do. You guys do not have the same risk aversion, the same goals, the same strategy for investing, etc. I'm going to explain why I made these changes, just so that way you can think about what it is that you're doing. Do you want to keep your strategy? Should you change things around now that we're in more of a bear market versus a bull market? And what are those changes going to be? Everything should be purposeful. Right? As I've told you guys before, I don't mind shifting my strategy, but I wait several weeks until I shift my strategy so it's well thought out. Because if it was a good plan, there should be a damn good reason if you ever end up changing it. So that's what we get into today. Let's just hop right into it. But as always, put down your thoughts down below. Let me know what your crypto strategies are, if you understand why I necessarily did mine, because if you don't understand it, we probably have some sort of different disconnect or goals. I'll gladly do more about that. I'll go in about the changes, why I did it, and what I'm looking for in this bear market, because I'm going to be making money in this bear market. Not just buying things to make money down the road, that I'll be doing too. But I'm making money in this bear market just like I made some in the bull. Not nearly as much as I planned or expected to. But let's hop right into with my strategy. And again, always let me know your thoughts down below. I love interacting with you guys. So my portfolio's changed. Right? As of about, we'll call it a month ago, a week and a half ago, whatever, all the same shit. What I had in my portfolio was, in no particular order, Ethereum, Solana, Quant, Hbar, Aerodrome Finance, Illuvium, Foxy, ASM, and Turbo. I have now changed a lot of that. Well, not a lot of it, right? So what do I have now? And I'll go into about what did I change and why. Right? So right now, my portfolio has altered to being still Ethereum, Solana, Quant, Hbar, Arrow. I know of Linea. I jumped in on that one as I told you guys I was expecting to. ASM and a tiny Foxy bag. I'll explain why I got to all those where I did. So I'm now going to break this down into why I did things and then what I plan on doing with them. All right, so Illuvium, that was my biggest bust. I lost 70% on Illuvium. So I did sell it for one hell of a loss, but this was a strategically planned move. I like doing it, but I sold my Illuvium at 70% loss and put it into Solana and Quant. The reason why I did that is, again, I'm now longer term focused, right? I personally am more confident that Illuvium will not get back that 70% as quickly as Solana and Quant will, right? So I look at, will Illuvium get back to about $20, give or take, faster than I think Solana will get back up to 170 and Quant get back up to around 160. I think those two are going to go up more confidently further down the road. Again, not a time frame aspect to this, and that's why I made the move. De-risking, more longer term focus. All right, Turbo. I sold Turbo. I was using more of a swing trade. I did get a little bit of a loss for the more recent swing. And I moved that into Ethereum. Foxy, I sold half of it. Now, the reason why I sold half of it, guys, is about half of it I got free from airdrops. The other half, roughly, I bought, DCA'd into. So I sold half of it, and I moved that mostly into ASM because I'm keeping that as I'm doubling down on that as a micro cap. It's the one micro cap. I'm going to build a little bit to see how that one goes. I have a little bit of risk tolerance for this one. I got faith into it. We'll see how that one goes down the move. And then Linea, I bought into that one. Again, if you guys have been watching some of my videos, you guys should have seen that one coming. I think a lot of you thought that I was already into it. I bought it about 2 weeks ago. I'm going to be very active with Linea for the next while. I'll put that in the next couple of minutes, explaining the bear market strategy of how to make money now and later. I'm going to go much more detail about what I'm going to do with Linea and its whole ecosystem in soon to be released videos. Probably next week or two, I'll start putting those out. So I want to show you what I'm doing on DeFi. So now that's what I did, a little bit as to why. And let me go into a little bit more of what I plan on doing in the future with these. What is my plan? Because I'm very big on you guys, you do as you want, but I need to have a plan of what I'm doing for each specific crypto. Am I holding something forever? Not actually forever. Buy something to sell it later at a higher price. Super long term versus decently long term versus just when it gets pumped or swings. And I have a plan for every single one of the crypto I have. And that's what I'm going to go over right now to explain a little bit more of why I made these moves. Again, do not copy what I did. We're in different scenarios. But it might behoove you to assess, what are you doing? Should you take a little bit of a loss to get safer gains down the road? Maybe you'll do the opposite of what I do and just double down buying a bunch of microcaps to hope for that 10, 50x plus down the road. I know a lot of people are. That's just not what I'm doing right now. So, to me, my forever holds. It's Quant. It's Quant, right? When I say forever holds, I don't mean until I die, but I expect to hold on to Quant for a long time. Think of it as my Bitcoin, right? I will not sell any of it until it's in the high 3 digits, and at that point, I'm only going to sell some with the attempt of, when it goes up, selling some to swing and buy more at a cheaper price just to build the bag. And what exact price I do that with is going to depend on where it goes, how quickly it goes, why did it go up, when do I think there'll be a logical retracement, and all of that. But Quant, that's my long-term play. I buy a little bit every week. I've got a decent-sized bulk order put in at $62. And every time I use my Gemini credit card, as I said before, I get a little bit of Quant. I'm not affiliated or sponsored at all by Gemini. There's other credit cards out there that work very similarly. I just like that one. So if you're interested in more information, I have it in the description below. If you end up joining and spending like a couple $100 or whatever's on it, you and I both get a small kickback. Up to you, but I like that card. I know Crypto.com has one and Coinbase has one. I'm sure there's more. Those are the ones I looked at. So my long-term holds, meaning I will sell these when things look pretty good. I got a rough estimate for each of them, but this is Solana, Hbar, and Ethereum. Solana, I'm not going to force too much larger buys. I've got a little Solana. I think it's a nice little hedge. I'm confident overall with it long term. If it drops under about $60, maybe I'll pick up more. But otherwise, I'm just going to let it sit there. I'm happy with it. If I get some cash I don't expect or it drops lower, again, maybe I will buy some more. But I think it's a safe long-term hedge. Ethereum and Hbar. Let's go Hbar next. If it goes under 8 cents, like the low 8s or high 7s, I'll buy more. I'm happy with my Hbar bag. My average is just under 6 cents. I've got a decent amount. I've sold some when it was at 32 cents back at this point a year and a half ago or so. When it gets back up there, I will sell more. I'm not holding Hbar for long term, but I do plan on holding on some of it up until about 70, 75 cents. That's me personally. I'm not saying it's not going to go higher. I think it will hit $1, $2, eventually $5. But I'm playing moderate term with certain coins on this one. And if it looks like it hits 70 cents and looks like it might get closer to $1, I'll hold. And I can always rebuy. If I sell at 70 cents, it drops back down to 50, and I buy some of the same money, I now have more Hbar. Do realize it's how many coins you own, not necessarily what the prices you get in at. So finding ways to buy it cheaper is always good. Ethereum, I'm going to start buying a little bit more Ethereum. Not so much for long term. I guess that's the side effect. I'll get more into this down the road, but I'm going to use it a lot for Linea and ecosystem. Now, get down to the until they pop. Pretty much meaning when these coins get to a 3 to 5x from what I have them at now, I will go ahead and probably sell and swing some of them. That's Aerodrome, Linea, and ASM. ASM, I buy $1 a day just to whittle that bitch down. When I get the average under 1 cent, I'm done. I'll just hold it. Probably get a VPN and stake it. Aerodrome, I'll buy more if it gets down to like 26 cents. I got a lot of DeFi plans with it. Linea, Linea is the one I'm gonna start buying the most of because it's a smaller bag I want to grow and catch up to the other ones. So that's the one I'm going to be buying most aggressively for the near future, and I'm going to be doing a lot of DeFi with that. Now, with the bear market strategy with these coins, I'll give the short version now, specifically with Linea and Arrow. I'll give much longer versions in subsequent videos in the near future. So right now, I'm starting to move everything off exchanges. All right, I don't plan on selling too much right now. I'm going to stake every coin that I have that can be staked. I've seen Hbar can stake around 2.5%. It's not much, but it's better than it just sitting there and doing nothing. All right, Solana, what I have, I'll throw into stake. Quant, we'll see when staking comes out with that one. Again, ASM, I can get a VPN to do that on Gate.io. I'm just going to stake so that when it's sitting there, I'm collecting. I'm putting it to work. All right. Linea and Arrow, these are two I'll go very briefly now and much more down the road in future videos. But I'm going to do DeFi protocols with it. I'll be doing liquidity pools, maybe with Aerodrome, probably with Linea. You want to be a little careful in bear markets with liquidity pools because there's less liquidity. But do it as smart as you can, and you can do pretty well on it. Aerodrome, I'll end up doing that with probably USDC. Just collect more Aerodrome. Again, that lowers your average by collecting it for free as long as you do it well. Linea, so I'll be buying Linea, but I'll be buying a coin called Rex. That is the main exchange on Linea. I will be staking Rex and Ethereum for free Linea. When you stake those, you can get Linea for it. So I will stake them for the free Linea. I'll also very likely be doing Ethereum and Linea liquidity pools to get more Linea. Now, that's the short version. I plan on making videos of pulling up how I'm doing it and everything in the next probably week or so when everything gets moved in. But that's my short plan. I'm now moving from short-term focus to longer-term focused. What are you guys doing? Are you making any changes? Did you just panic sell everything? Or are you now like, bitch, I'm just buying Bitcoin and XRP or whatever? What's your current strategy? Are you thinking about changing it? Did you change it? I am curious to hear what you guys have to say because we all have different styles, we all have different information and different goals. Let's talk about it down below, and thank you guys all for being here. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys again soon. Peace.